having a discussion of this kind, and you're here, it's definitely good. And no need to introduce Dina anymore. Right. I think and she's done an awesome introduction herself, so we won't go there.
But Dina, like I told you earlier on, I think after I go home, I'll be playing your performance over and over and over again. I'm sure you also at home enjoyed her performance. So in case you're planning to get into the music industry, this is a conversation that you don't want to miss out on. Do you want to be known as an artist or an entertainer? Where do you want to place yourself? So that's the conversation today. But let's just hit the road running. So we'll start with you. Let's first demystify and just get to define who is an artist and who is an entertainer.
Okay, the best way to look at it is an artist is anybody in the art industry. What do I mean? Are you a songwriter? Are you a singer? Do you play an instrument? Are you a producer, a music producer? Are you a choreographer? Are you a dancer? Are you an actor? Anyone in the art industry doing something that puts an item out. An item in terms of, is it an art piece, is it a theater piece or whatever, is an artist. But not every artist is an entertainer, because a studio producer is an artist, but he doesn't perform on stage.
Right.
A songwriter can be an artist, is an artist, but is not an entertainer. Then, still, we have recording artists. They're not very common these days, but so long ago we used to have people who would only go to studio, record a song, record songs, make an album, release it, and they would never see them performing anywhere. But in this case, when you compare an artist to an entertainer, maybe what we would say is, who is a good entertainer? I would say Shiba currently is the best entertainer we have. When she steps on stage, yes, you really feel she's giving you your money's worth. Juliana is a very, very good singer, but she's not a good entertainer. I would rather listen to her music sometimes than see her sing live. Raga D, old as he is in the industry and, you know, with a lot of music and stuff, he's still a very good entertainer. You will have a smile when Raga D steps on stage, like it or not.
Right.
He will do anything it takes to make you feel entertained, to make you enjoy it. If you bring Geoffrey Mutaya, you know, he will walk in and sing to you. You will enjoy the song, but you don't expect him to.
There's no fire.
Yeah, there's no fire. There's no fire. You get it?
Yeah.
Butcherman, lame as he is, and with his one song in life, will entertain you. You understand?
So ideally what you're saying is that not all artists are entertainers.
True.
But we do have artists who are also entertainers.
Exactly.
And let me throw this question to you before we go to David. Of course, we'll be sampling some of the, you know, artists that we all know, them that have club bangers, them that are common, you know, names to us as Ugandans. Dina, where would you place yourself? Are you an artist, an entertainer, or both?
I would say I'm both. Yeah, I'm definitely both. I sit together with my producers. We do the beats together. We brainstorm about the songwriting. I play instruments. I sing. I would say that's all maybe the typical definitions you have of an artist. But then also when I go on stage, I'm going to think about how is my stage performance going to be, what are the dancers going to do, how are we going to be dressed, what are we going to do to make the people jump off their seats and just wanting to come back next time, you know. So I would say I'm both, but maybe slightly more into the artist side than the entertaining. Yeah, the entertaining part I'm still learning.
Sandy, you know where this conversation is coming from. You well know where it's coming from. We've had artists like Radio, rest in peace. Everyone keeps saying he's the only artist we have had in this country, because he can write songs, he can sing, he can produce, he can play instruments. And then we have, I'm sorry to bring her name up this first, because we planned on playing, you know, artist songs. And then you have an artist, let's say Vinka, who we have, at least with time, got to know that, she can't actually really sing well. We know that her songs are being written for her. We know she's not part of the production. Well, she's part of it because she's behind the mic. And we have seen her on stage, and she's not a great performer. So people then start asking, why should we call Radio an artist and call Vinka an artist in the same bracket?
That's because Radio was a great artist. Why? Because of what you've said. He could write, he could sing very well. You know, with him, you add on. When you say he could write very well, he could sing very well. You understand? He was a very good performer on stage. Just having being able to do two things in art is great, because even doing one very well is good enough. You understand? She is fantastic. Just by being able to sing and play the guitar.
That's it.
Just that alone. Before you look at her Luganda singing and anything, just the fact that she can sing and she can sing while playing, she's good enough. She's very good. And playing very well. You understand? So now, Radio is being talked about because he did so many good things. He wrote very many good songs, and some songwriters are good writing for themselves, but not good at writing for other people. Vis-a-vis, some writers are good for writing for other people,
And not themselves.
but not good for writing for themselves. Sorry, where I come from, we do it bare knuckle. We give real life examples. There's a chap called Nils Henry.
Oh, yes.
He's a good songwriter, writing for others,
Not himself.
not himself. He's not managed to write himself 2 good songs, but he's written over 20 good songs for other people. That's the basis of my submission. You get it? So now here came Radio, who could write very well for himself, for others, who could sing. He had a very good voice. Okay?
He could also perform.
And he was a very good performer.
Right.
In the studio, he's somebody who would say,
No, change this.
no, change that. No, that's not what I want. Can you play me? He gets the keys and he plays the note.
Ooh.
You understand? He wouldn't call himself an instrumentalist, but he knew. And he had
Yes,
a
but-
beat. He could play the note, and then the real keyboardist or producer, if the producer is playing,
Can pick up from there.
can pick up from there.
Great. And I think,
You understand that?
yeah.
There are not very many musicians who can even touch one note. One note. But this is a guy who would play a few notes and tells the guy, this is what I want. Or he plays it on the keys and says, that's the guitar I want.
I met artists that can't even go
Yeah.
A, B, C, D.
Right. So what I'm getting from you is there's skill and there's talent, and talent is what is key when it comes to actually surviving this, industry, especially if you're in the bracket of being an artist.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
But putting it on the international scale, I'll give an example. There have been very many Vinkas in this world.
Yeah.
Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I call it like they were manufactured.
Okay.
So Vinka was manufactured. And she deserves her respect. Because not being a songwriter is not a crime in art.
Right.
We've had very many great musicians, and they've never touched a pen. We've had Whitney Houston. She wasn't a songwriter. But if you are to talk about American great musicians, you can't throw her away. Vis-a-vis, when you come here, if you talk about Ugandan music, you will talk about Juliana. But she can't write 3 words in her own song.
Okay, all right.
You get it?
Yeah.
But she's good. So same way, and sometimes it's good to let the team work for you. If you're not good at production or songwriting, get a good songwriter, get a good producer, get a good team behind you. You will excel.
Okay, all right. And of course, now we need to get into this phase whereby we sample some of the artists that we all know here in the country. And we're going to be working hand in hand with our producer, our director, and today is going to be the DJ, Mr. Dan in the decks. So Dan, give us your first video so we can get to analyze it and sample it.
Take 'em style, take 'em style, take 'em style. Little bit, take 'em style, take 'em style. What? Kuno mwana gola batabula, zeyantabula nenoka, nanoka nanyera netamwa balala. Kamuo mwana, kuno mwana gola batabula, zeyantabula nenoka, nanoka nanyera netamwa balala. Kamuo mwana, muwe.
There we go. Sheba, and that's an artist that you're well conversant with. You have already talked about Sheba.
Yes.
She's well respected in this country. Her position is well known. We can't doubt her talent, her professionalism, her performances. We can't doubt that. But you remember the last show she did, and you remember the criticism that came after that. How she can't sing.
Sheba can sing, but
not on stage.
No, even on stage. But what happened on the Hotel Africana concert? The producer of that show, Bushington Voice, made a mistake. He introduced something called semi-live. Semi-live is used the world over, where you have some instruments live and some instruments are pre-recorded. Now, it didn't go well. It wasn't done well with the musician. But you can remember very well, the same musician performed pretty well 2 years ago at the same spot. You get it? So the producer made an error. He introduced something which wasn't good, and it needs a lot of practice. Okay, it wasn't well thought out, so that's why there was an issue.
So where do you put Sheba in this category that we're looking at? Artists very well, or entertainer very well, and artists on the side?
I'll give a little preamble. Sheba is what we call a dance major. Why do I call her a dance major? Sheba was a dancer.
Okay.
Okay? And from a dancer to a singer. And most dancers are very good entertainers. And as I said earlier on, already she's an artist. And I would say she's a very good entertainer. Why? What helps her to be a good entertainer is because she has a dancing background.
So what trait would you give her as an artist? To what percentage of excellence is she as an artist?
As an artist, I would say 80.
Brilliant.
Let's go to our next song.
I would Okay, I would go that far and would actually say, artist-wise, she's 100%. We can talk about, is she the best singer? That's what we can talk about. But an artist, she's definitely an artist. She choreographs a lot. She's a dancer. She's an entertainer. She's concerned about her costumes. She has a hairline. She does so many things.
She goes all out.
Such a strong woman. So artist, definitely 100%. If she's the best singer or not, we can discuss that.
So we've agreed as a table,
Yes.
she's both an artist
She's both an artist.
and an
and a very
entertainer.
good
Yes,
entertainer.
the debate with Shiba is she a very good singer?
Yeah.
So
He said she is a very good singer.
No, she's a singer.
but is she a very good singer?
That's a
the
debate for another day.
For another
That's a story for another
How
day.
about 10?
On singing, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Good enough.
Our next song.
Wakalango tude wali Nenkunyumiza biri ngali wonuni Mukambrela mwenya wepiwana Bera mbilo wonzako Wesu nanga konga mga kufako
This is a very controversial artist. In the past few weeks, the discussion has been around King Saha and trying to manipulate the success of an artist that is so appreciated in this country. We've already had a talk about radio, and now here comes King Saha. I think the one debate we're not going to have with King Saha is, can he sing? Because clearly
He can sing.
he can sing.
Right.
And very well.
And very well. So let's first give him a percentage based on singing now. Singing? 100%.
Singing 100%.
100%.
Dina?
I think he's very good, but I wish he would use less autotune.
Ooh, Dina!
Dina has come out bare knuckles.
No, that's the issue. I know
Right.
it's an effect, and many artists, especially in Uganda, they like to put it as an effect, you know. But I think for many artists, it's not necessary. If you're a good singer,
I-
You
I-
don't
get
need
it out. Yeah.
This wasn't anticipated, but
This is what I would say. With or without autotune,
yes.
he's good.
Okay. Is he an entertainer?
Yes, he is.
What percentage?
I'll give him 9 out of 10.
It is 90.
I didn't believe him so much,
Yeah.
but could be the last Roast and Rhyme concert.
Yes.
Either the last or the second last one.
Yeah.
I saw him performing.
Okay.
Whenever I go to any gig, there's something I do. I look at the stage for some time, and then I turn and look in the audience. I felt happy for King Saha because I saw people eating out of his palm. And he was performing live with the band.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Wow, yeah.
So he really gave me my money's worth. And I can ably say he's a good performer. He's a good singer, a very good singer.
So the performance you gave him 9 out of 10, which is a 90,
Yeah.
and then singing is
I give him
100%.
100%.
Okay.
And then as well, he's a songwriter.
Okay.
So he's a fully fledged artist.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He is.
Dina, do you feel like King Saha is a great entertainer? And what percentage did you give him?
The singing, we already know where you stand. Yeah.
Where do I start?
He needs to lose the autotune.
If we remove the autotune, we're looking at 7 out
No,
of 10.
no. That's not what I said. I said he's a very good singer, so he doesn't need the autotune.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
that's what I said. So
Okay.
But I understand if it's like an effect he wants to give himself. It's fine.
So entertainer? What
No,
percentage
I would
did you give him?
I would say maybe 80.
80.
Yeah, I think it's not the biggest fire, but he does a lot of things that I appreciate as a musician, like singing with a band and having a good voice. For me, that's a lot worth.
All right.
Yeah.
So we all agree that he's both an artist and an entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very good thing. We have this conversation going on our social media platforms. Please be part of it. Are all musicians entertainers? And we want to find out from you. You can share with us as well and say, no, on your list, I don't think this person should be there. I think this person should be there. I know you have your personal preference, but just get in line. Okay, let us let's go to our next artist.
Sunshine, and those are which you are baby, you are mine. Ubalo living up with sun and the truly moon dance. And who's about to see them when you go squeeze? Kapuba chinga, Ola Rikanga, Tanchinga, Baby Manabu, Joenda, then Chikoa Kabunonenda. One of day you say it is Ozikanya, another day you say it is Imuke.
Oh my God. This is one artist that we all agree, as soon as his song plays, Eddie agrees with me that people's emotions go into overdrive and the discussion is driven from the original discussion into something else. Yesterday when we were out trying to find out from Umuntu Bulijo Wawansi about this same topic, as soon as you bring in Bobi Wine, the discussion is distorted. You are not talking musicians and artists, now you're talking something else that we'll get to later on. But Sadie, this song and a couple of songs that have been released, I'll say it plain and simple. We had this discussion about 2-3 days ago. Someone openly told me if Bobi Wine was still surviving on music, he would be dead 7 years ago. That was his opinion. And many people say his kind of music, it's not good music, he's not a good singer, it's not very good music, but it has a popularity effect that has come along with it. So now where do we put Bobi Wine?
Okay, I'll put Bobi Wine here. He's a singer.
Percentage?
60.
60, that's the lowest we've gotten today.
So
He's a
far.
singer.
That's a good start, yeah?
He's a songwriter.
Okay.
And he's a good entertainer.
Good percentage? Entertainment?
Entertainment,
Yeah.
70.
That's the lowest we have gotten today as
Right,
well.
Wow.
right.
About this very song and so many other songs. In the art industry, sometimes somebody will come out hot and sometimes somebody will come out lukewarm and sometimes will come out cold. But there is a level where someone reaches and even a cold song will survive on the pedigree of the artist.
Okay.
Because somebody has released so many hit songs, he will come and perform and people will flock his shows because he's not a one-hit wonder. So, with or without the political path he took, he was still relevant in the industry.
Do you think he'd still be relevant right now without politics?
Yes, yes, musically. Because he had, the moment somebody hits the 10 songs, 10 hits, if somebody can have 10 hit songs, then that person has gone. Or the moment somebody
the pedigree to survive.
ceases to be referred to by his one song. Mariam Tinatini. You get it?
Yeah.
That's cold. That's not good in the industry.
When you mention Butcherman, there's only one song, Rachite Munjagala.
Rachite Munjagala.
That's
a problem.
Yes.
Right.
But if you mention Chameleon,
1,000.
if all of us here got a pen and a paper and we turned we could all end up writing different songs.
Okay.
So
You
what
get
you're
it?
saying? So what you're saying is that Honorable is
Yeah.
both an artist and a performer. Only that he's gotten the lowest rates so far on the table, because you've given him
Yeah.
a 60
And a
on
70.
being an artist and a 70 as a performer. So he's, and that's the question again. If he was not in politics, if he was not the hot cake in the political scene right now, would he still survive with the 60 and 70 that you've given him?
Yes, he would.
Okay.
Because there are people with worse marks that are surviving.
We're going to play some more songs. I have a feeling
Right.
we'll get some
Let's
lower.
get Dina's vote. Dina, where do you place Honorable?
I would actually increase his singing abilities a bit more. I wouldn't give him 60. I wouldn't give him like also 80.
Okay.
I have been with him in the studio as well. I heard him sing very raw and live. I don't think he's a bad singer at all. He's pretty good.
So an 80.
Yeah.
So 80. Very good.
About the entertaining part, I really love that he does a lot with the live band. It's kind of his whole music, even his songs, they're kind of a little bit old school, which I find really nice. Like, you know, when you hear a Bobby Wine song, even without his voice, you would know this is Bobby Wine, because he has a style and he has kept that, and they all kind of have that image, and I appreciate that, and I love when people stick to their roots, you know.
Right.
So he
So
does a lot with
percentage?
live band and so on. I would say like also 80. Yeah.
So 80,
So 80,
60, 70.
60, 70.
All right, let's go to the next artist.
Up and wine, wine, stand up and wine, wine, up and wine, wine, stand up and wine, wine. Me no want see you sit down, sit down. Me no want see you sit down, sit down. Me no want see you sit down, sit down. Me no want see you sit down, sit down. Up and wine, wine, stand up and wine, wine, up and wine, wine, stand up and wine, wine. Me no want see you sit down, sit down. Me no want see you sit down, sit down. Me no want see you. Charlene and Nina,
Life is an anthem when it's same then you know. Mama, papa, nabagamba about you. Njagala nguwe birungi, nakamoto konvimbe. A ring on your finger, and we design your joge. Oh, you're too fine, oh, you're beautiful. Silanga, you're better, kusinga, you're too simple. Hey, I can never let you go.
I wanna put a ring on your finger. Say
On this one, we also need to give our vote. I mean, he's the last artist to sample on this table. So,
Bebe Cool.
Bebe Cool.
And what a time to bring him in.
And let's just compare him with his quote-unquote rival. Let's start before we go to the experts.
And
I
let's put politics aside, because we're
Right.
going to have that section a little bit later on before we wind up.
Of course. So for me, and I know guys will come for me.
It's okay. You're safe.
But you'll find me singing along or dancing to Bebe Cool's tunes compared to Bobby Wine's tunes. That's for me. So as a vocalist, as an artist, as an entertainer, I'd give him a 90.
90.
A 90. That's me. That's me. Compared
Okay.
to Bobby Wine. So for Bobby Wine's vote, I agree with the
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah.
I think I'd give him a 60-70.
Okay.
But for Bebe Cool, 90-90.
1990.
What's yours?
I'm nah. And let me not go there.
No, you have to.
I'm
You have to. We are all
I'm going to.
adults.
I'm going
You
to.
have to.
I'm going to. I'm going
Let
Right.
me say this
Okay.
before I forget.
Yes.
In comparison to the two, I would say this.
Politics not involved at all.
Forget the politics.
Music.
Music. For a very long time, Bobby Wine has been for edutainment.
Okay.
Edutainment. He educates and entertains.
But
Now,
entertainment, he's not so good. You give him a 70.
I'll say this. No, I mean, not the performance, not the entertainment.
Right.
I mean the music.
Yes.
When you listen to his songs, they edutain.
Right.
Now, the moment you bring education because that's where it comes from. Education married with entertainment. The moment you bring education
into your artistry,
the dancing beat, the hype, the flavor, a certain flavor is done away with. You get it? Look at his songs like, let's go back. He did a song with a guy who died. He was called Weatherman. Moekome. It was about AIDS and stuff. You know, it was entertaining, but then it had an education element in it. You can come to the, forget Chalinga, come to some other, you know, recent ones. Now, Bebe Cool has been for dance, party.
Club bangers.
Club bangers. There's nothing to learn. There's no education. It is dance, party, jump, touch her nipple, you know, pull her. He does in Season Siko a song he did with Rema, and he said, I want her in a moment where she can't differentiate between her legs and hands. Do you understand?
No.
It is listen to the song called Season Siko. You get it? And in that very song, he actually wrote it.
Wow.
You
So
know,
then we
wrote
go.
the song.
He can write.
Right.
yeah, he can
right.
write, but lately he's not writing.
Okay, let's see.
He chips in a few. The moment I have a friend of mine who said that the moment you had words like nipple or
Okay.
touch her,
All right.
that means
Wine or
wine or
But-
something.
but-
He had his pen is in there.
Okay, but let's just maybe give him some
That
credit.
was on
Yes.
the comparison
Right.
between the two.
Okay, now
Right.
let's get
And that's
to
why
Right.
you can dance to his music
And
more-
enjoy the bits.
more than you can dance to Bobby Wine's music.
But is it
because
right?
Bebe Cool
Right.
comes out with only one thing on
One
his
intention.
mind. He wants you to dance.
Okay.
So
All
he
right.
goes into the
So-
studio
so that
for you
Mala
to
can dance.
Okay.
Bobby
Right.
Wine will go to the studio
To educate you.
to tell you about that
Something.
if you are fighting for something, you should better be ready to stand alone.
So I think what you're bringing out is quite an important point. For an artist, and even in business, you have to find your niche.
Yes.
You have
True.
to find your clout. You have to know
True.
what you're strong at and stick to it. So
Exactly.
Bebe Cool has realized that that's his niche and he's really brilliant at it. He's keeping at it. Now, Bobby Wine also has realized that for him, it's edutainment. And he has his following based on
Exactly.
that.
And
He's
he's done
it
sticking
so
to it.
well.
And he's done it so well. So
Exactly.
let's get to you rating them. And of course, we'll get to Dina
Let's
as
get
well.
Bebe Cool.
Let's get Bebe Cool. What's your
Bebe
rate?
Cool.
Artist and
Sing.
entertainer.
I'm sorry, I sometimes give a preamble before I give my answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bebe Cool has been very successful, not on the strength of his artistry. He's been
Okay.
successful more on the strength of his attitude.
Attitude.
Wow.
Yes,
Expound.
Bebe Cool will walk in here and everybody will know there was a musician, there was somebody called Bebe Cool. He will make you, he will force you, he will put you to pressure until you see him, you feel him, you believe him. Do you understand? By the time you ask, what was he singing about? And somebody will say, up and wine. And so what is up and wine? But he's gone. But he's made you see it, feel it.
He makes an impact wherever he goes.
Exactly. And he's used that spirit. I really congratulate him and I hold him in high esteem, being among the people who are not very, very talented, but have been able to be up there on the strength of their attitude.
So he's not very talented. What's your rate? What's your vote?
My rate, artistically, 50.
Whoa!
Singing? Singing? Let's go. Singing? Is he?
Is it 50?
I would love to bring him whole package.
No, because we haven't done that for the others, so it would be a
Okay,
bit
so
unfair.
do the singing.
Singing?
Singing, 70, 75.
75.
Yes.
That's
Fair
a
enough.
bit above Bobby Wine.
Yeah, Bobby Wine was. You gave him a
Bobby
60.
Wine was 80.
60.
70?
No, 60.
Singing,
Yeah.
but why
Okay,
is 60?
so
But that's
performance.
my
75.
opinion.
That's it.
All right.
Yes, it's okay. Then
Entertainer?
Entertainer, Yeah, entertainer is 95 because he will do whatever it takes
For you to
move
see
the
him.
crowd.
for you to see him. If it means tearing off his shirt, not putting it off, tearing it off his body for you to feel him, he will do it.
Okay.
Let's slightly now move into the discussion that we have to have.
You haven't gotten
Oh,
Dina's
Dina.
vote.
Dina, your vote. How could we forget you on this
I
one?
actually
And also
have-
your vote. You're not going to you have to give us
Okay.
your vote, yeah.
I actually have to almost completely agree with Eddie. I would say the same, that he has a very unique voice. But I think it's more a studio voice than it's live.
Studio voice, okay.
Yeah, it sounds better in the recordings that it is live, that I would say. And yeah, entertainment is very, very high, 95 or even almost 100. Because entertainment comes apparently in very different settings. It's not only, nowadays, it's not only to make people happy. Nowadays, it's about controversy. And
And he
Baby
does
Cool
that very
is
well.
definitely do that.
So 95 entertainment and artistry, what have you given him?
60, yeah.
Okay, all right. So call you the Italy, Baby Cool, Bobby Wine. Okay,
Yes.
your vote.
My vote, I think I'm totally going to agree with Sandy.
So
here.
for you,
That's the percentage, the same percentage.
Who moves your spirit? Is it Bobby Wine or Baby Cool?
I don't know. I'm not that kind of music. It's not my style. Yeah.
Yeah, more fire. A year pass go higher, we are rolling at the place like a boat tire. You dee da da da, dee dee, dee dee da da da. You dee da da da, dee dee, dee dee da da da. You dee da da da, me dee dee, dee dee da da da. You dee da da da, dee dee, dee dee da da da. Ochimani kwa galanyo, na yembeda nkutyanyo. Bulikaddelwenko gwako, omutimanga gukubagananyo. Mbiebi nkweguyanyo.
VIP Records.
Nesses. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. You know me now. Yeah, you know. Alex. Too much. Hey. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. You know I'm getting alone.
Apas, wooyo. One of the most controversial artists in Uganda, for whatever reason, he's one of those people you just can't stay away from. Even when you don't like him, you are still going to look out for a tweet or for one of his videos, and he's benefited from it. We've just had that discussion about Baby Cool and how he will make sure that he's in your face for you to see him. Your take on Apas?
I think Apas is Baby Cool's fan.
Oof.
And so, what
He
I
lives
mean,
in Baby Cool's head.
no, Apas is a fan of Baby Cool. Apas likes Baby Cool. That's
So-
my thinking.
Okay.
He caught controversy at, if you drop your pen, Apas could pick it on and run away with it and blow it. You know, his social media fans always have a good day. You know, he's a very, very good singer.
Okay, let's give him a percentage. Singing.
On singing,
Yes.
I would say he's 85.
85.
Oh, I think
Yes.
the highest you've given
I think
on the
that's
table?
I think that's the highest you've given on
Right.
the table, and we've had accusations here of autotune. So yeah, that's and then next
On
As an
Entertainer?
entertainer?
he's fair, about 70.
70.
Yeah, so he also uses a lot of autotune, but he can sing definitely. I've also heard him, I've been with him in the studio, so I know. What I like singing, I would also say 80, 85, 90 even, yeah.
Okay. And then entertainment?
So entertainment, what I love about APAS which is different from other artists, like he is positive.
Okay.
He doesn't need to talk bad about you to make it in the news.
So what percentage?
He will. I would give him 100. I love that he makes people.
I think he's the winner on the table.
I think he's the winner on the table.
Right, he's the winner on the table.
Of all the artists we have had today.
When we tally your vote and ours, I think he takes the highest vote.
He takes the highest vote.
Now, unfortunately, David, we have to bring this to a close.
Good
we
Lord.
are running
Just
out of time, guys. 1 second, yes.
1 second?
Yeah.
I'd like to invite you to Eddie Kenzo's concert this evening. Good enough, it is here, so you don't have to travel a very long distance. Eddie Kenzo is celebrating 10 years at that he has spent in the music industry. And
after this conversation, it's very good to go and see it, and so that we can.
I would love you to.
Can the viewers tag along as well?
Yes, they can.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I beg all the viewers here this evening here at Kampala Serena Hotel, please come join Eddie Kenzo as he celebrates his 10 years in the music industry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eddie Sandy. Very critical and real. Thank you so much for coming on the table, the round table this morning, and also the beautiful Dana. I'll just listen to your music over and over again. You're quite talented. And also David, thank you so much.
An awesome conversation.
Great conversation, and thank you so much for being part of this conversation. The hashtag will always be hashtag morning at NTV. Have a blessed, blessed weekend.
You're watching Morning at NTV.